Everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel, What Cass Read. Today I am actually back from my vacation and we are here to do my Christmas book haul. I also have to mention that my lighting is going to be a little bit blue today because for those of you who don't know, I use natural light when I film and it is dark and rainy and dreary outside and there's nothing I can do about it. So I've tried to get alternate sources of light to hit me today. It's gonna be a little bit blue. So that's what we're working with today. Hope you don't mind. The first thing that I want to mention in my Christmas haul, like just general Christmas haul, is this awesome Slytherin sweatshirt that I purchased. Oh yeah, you got the Slytherin patch right there. My birthday month is actually this month, January, and I had originally intended to buy this for myself for my birthday and just order it off of the website. But my sister ended up going to Universal Studios on Christmas Day or the day after Christmas with her boyfriend and his family, and she texted me, she's like, hey, if there's anything Slytherin specific that you want, I can look out for it for you. I was like, actually, as a matter of fact, there is. So I sent her the screenshot of what I wanted, Venmo'd her the money, and I ended up getting this a lot sooner than I had originally anticipated. So we're counting it toward my Christmas haul. Books. I would like to start with some of the books that were actually sent to me, and I'm very, very grateful that you did choose to send books to me, and I appreciate you. So the first person that sent me something, this is Norse Mythology, written by Neil Gaiman. This was sent to me by Alexis, aka the Sloth Reader. Thank you so much, Alexis, for sending this to me. Alexis has been one of my original subscribers since I joined BookTube. And so thank you so much, Alexis, for sending this to me. This cover is gorgeous. She said this was one of her favorite reads that she picked up in the past year. And I had been waiting for the paperback edition to come out because the black with Thor's hammer looks great, but this cover is stunning. So I was really happy that they decided to do something a little bit different for the paperback version, and thank you so much, Alexis, for sending this to me. The next book that I was sent was from Ashley from Don't Have a Degree in Reading. I've mentioned her a couple of times because she is the creator of the One Readathon to Rule Them All, which is the all-fantasy readathon on BookTube. She sent me Bloodsong, written by Anthony Ryan. This is the first book in the Raven's Shadow trilogy. I remember that she had read this book, reviewed this book, loved this book, and this was one of the books that she picked out for me, and so thank you so much, Ashley, for this one. I've heard some really good praise for it. This book is more of like a magical warrior school setting, so our main character was dropped off at this school of warriors. I think it's called the Sixth Order, and he was abandoned there, so he has no family except for the people in the school. So this book follows along, I think, with his journey and training montages and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited for this one. I've had a couple of booktubers that I follow also really enjoy this one. So what I ended up doing, because I pop on Book Outlet quite a number of times, and they actually did have Tower Lord, which is book 2 of this trilogy, and they also had Queen of Fire, which is book 3 of this trilogy. So now I have the complete trilogy written by Anthony Ryan, so very excited to have this as a part of my collection, and I can get started on it now. Alright, the next set of books are some more newer books that I ended up picking up for myself. So this is The Sisters of the Winter Wood, written by Rena Rossner. So I saw that Huck from Badger Reads and Rhiannon from Crescent Moon Reads talk about The Sisters of the Winter Wood. Rhiannon mentioned it as a good book for her Witchathon, and then when I had posted a video talking about The Bear and the Nightingale and how much I loved it, I think it was my top favorite fantasy books video, one of my subscribers, one of you, mentioned The Sisters of the Winter Wood as something to pick up if I really enjoyed The Bear and the Nightingale. So this is something that I'm very excited to get into. This book is about two sisters. It follows, I believe, some Jewish folklore as well. And so it was very reminiscent of the people recommending The Bear and the Nightingale to me, and just some exploration of powers, and in the Ukrainian woods this time instead of the Russian woods. So I'm very excited for this one. I do hope to read this one soon since it's gonna have some wintry, woodsy vibes, and I'm really excited for it. This next one, this is Furyborn, written by Claire Legrand. I picked this one up because there's been a number of people who have mentioned this as being something that totally surprised them, as something that's just like a really awesome read to get into. So this one is about two young women actually, but their stories are told centuries apart and how they intersect in this magical world. The storyline that's told like the century later, you know the end result, so when you're reading the storyline from the past, there's all this tension of like, how do we wind up into this storyline in the future? So that sounds really promising, but a lot of people had said that Claire Legrand like totally shook their world this year, or this past year in 2018. The next Claire Legrand book that everybody said rocked their world, this is Sawkill Girls, written by Claire Legrand. I don't know if this is going to be a series. I know Furyborn is going to be a series because they have already announced the second book, but this one is more like, I think, young adult horror? Young adult fantasy horror. This looks very promising. There's been a couple of my favorite booktubers as well, Sam from Thoughts on Tomes being one of them, who just raved about this, and I cannot wait. I'm ready for something a little bit different. This could also be like a really good winter read because spooky horror I think is always good for like these cold months when it's like post-holiday season, and now we have like a couple more months left of winter. I think this could be something that I would pick up soon as well. The next book that I picked up for this haul, this is Foundry Side, written by Robert Jackson Bennett, and this is like an industrial fantasy world. A young girl is a thief, so that's a trope that I'm down for. I like young girl thieves. I like to see the different takes on it, but she discovers a new magical power called scrivening. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but this just sounds like a cool industrial magical technology that she has found the power to, and it sounds like it's one of those kinds of powers that's only supposed to belong to the noble houses. She is not a noble girl, therefore there could be some conflict regarding her powers and maybe a secret group with these powers as well. So this one sounds really interesting. I saw a couple people pick this one up, and so it just looked really good. I thought I'd give it a try. So this is Foundry Side. So I ended up picking up a few middle grade novels for this haul. I kind of want to do like middle grade March. Is that too illiterate? I don't know, but I've got all sorts of middle grade novels that I have, and I just haven't been working my way through them. So I think by saving them for something specific like middle grade March, then I'll be able to get through them all. And so this is one of the ones that I ended up picking up for this holiday season. And so this is The Search for Wondla, written by Tony DiTerlizzi. And I think there are also some illustrations in here as well. He's the author of the Spiderwick Chronicles. That's not a series that I ended up reading either, but this one sounded really cool. This is about a young girl named Eva 9, and she's never seen another living human being. She's 12 years old. She's never seen another living human being until there's this huntsman that ends up destroying her home. She has all of these magical creature friends, or these space creature friends, and they are on the hunt for a new home because they've been shown somehow the word Wondla. Like, that's the only clue that they have, and they're on the search to find it, just like the name says. So this sounds like a really cool adventure. It has some pretty high reviews, and so I got this from the used bookstore and thought I'd give it a try, and hopefully I will get to this for middle grade March. Another middle grade novel that a lot of you will be familiar with, this is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, written by Riordan. I've not read anything by Riordan, and I don't know, I feel like I was just waiting for something to interest me. Percy Jackson and the Olympians never sounded that interesting to me, but the Gods of Asgard and this Norse mythology does tend to interest me more, as you can see by the Neil Gaiman book that I was gifted earlier in the haul. Alright, so this book, this is The Lie Tree, written by Frances Hardinge. This is a book that I got from Book Depository because this is the illustrated edition. This book I got solely because it's a book that Kitty from Kitty G Books has recommended before as being like this really great middle grade fantasy novel. This young woman and her family end up going to live on an island, like her father's work brings them there, and she stumbles across this tree, and the more lies that you tell, the tree goes larger and larger and larger, and it's just this really fantastical kind of setting. So I picked it up on a whim, thought I'd give it a try. This is the book that I am currently reading. This is Vicious, written by V.E. Schwab, and then I did also pick up Vengeful, written by V.E. Schwab, so I really hope I like them because, to be honest, it wasn't until the redesign of the cover of Vicious that made me intrigued to pick it up, and then there's just been a lot of people who have had so many good things to say. Now I'm less than 100 pages into Vicious, and I have to say that I really do enjoy it. So it's about two young men who are in college trying to determine their senior thesis. They're two pre-med students, Victor and Eli. And Victor and Eli mostly, is trying to determine whether or not extraordinary people are real. Are they a real thing or not? And Victor ends up coming up with this scheme because he wants to try and make an extraordinary person. My only other reading experience with V.E. Schwab has been The Darker Shade of Magic, the first book. I still have the other two books of that trilogy to continue on with, but I have to say that I really enjoy these characters far more than I enjoyed Delilah Bard, but we'll see how this ends up treating me. As you can see, I've already started tabbing some things in this book, so I'm really excited to begin Vicious, and then of course, if I love it, we'll continue on with Vengeful. And then the final two things that I have are some graphic novels. So this is Low, Volume 1, The Delirium of Hope, written by Rick Romender and Greg Tacchini is the illustrator. I don't, again, pick up very many graphic novels, but one of my goals from last year was to read at least 5 graphic novels. I did end up reading 4, and I want to set that same goal for myself. This was actually a graphic novel that was recommended to me, I think probably when I said that I was interested in reading more graphic novels, so this was something that was recommended to me by a subscriber. Humanity, the Earth is inhabitable, and so humanity has now taken to the sea depths, and that's about all I know about it. The artwork looks really cool. Sci-fi-ish graphic novels tend to be more my jam, I think, because I don't know, I just feel like I have a harder time envisioning sci-fi sometimes without the illustration. And then the last thing I got from a book outlet was the Boxers and Saints box set, written by Jean Luen Yang, and this is a 2-part graphic novel series, Boxers and Saints. Put them together, it's pretty cool. This tells the history of China during the Boxer Rebellion. So this has been a graphic novel series that has been on my radar for a while. I think last year I was watching a video by Russell from Ink and Paper blog, and it was his graphic novel recommendation video, and a lot of the ones that he has recommended are something that I'm continuously thinking about. I hope to get to this one in this new year as part of the graphic novels that I end up picking up, seeing if I end up liking this more historical or historical nonfiction type of graphic novel, because there's a lot of recommendations that he made. This art style is a little bit more simple but easy to follow along, so again, I think this could be something as like a new graphic novel reader that I could be pretty okay with. We made it through this blue video. We made it through my Christmas book haul. Please let me know again in the comment section below if you've read any of these, what you think of them. And again, thank you so much to Ashley and Alexis for sending those 2 books to me. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you subscribers who give me recommendations. I don't anticipate many book hauls this upcoming year because I have so many books on my shelves that I want to get to, but I will be buying some books for my birthday this upcoming month, so stay tuned for that book haul as well if you like watching hauls. Otherwise, if you want to follow me on my social media, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. It's at WhatCastRead, the same as this channel, so it should be super easy to find for you. And then of course, if you are a Goodreads person, that link is always listed down below so you can find me on there. Otherwise, you know how these videos end. I'll talk to you later. Bye.